been a while since one of yours.
Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and D&D land. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. Lastly, if you are interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in the Tuesday early group, the Tuesday evening group, and that's it. So, if you are interested in them, reach out, let me know. Be more than happy to sit down and see if either game is a good suit for you. Now, without further ado, Flittish, tell us what happened last session.
Gather close, travelers of root and tide, and hear the tale of the Fellowship's trial beneath the fog. A time when the air was thick with poison, and the ground itself shifted with unseen claws. After the voyage upon the drowned star, and the calm that followed, the Fellowship came ashore in Trigol, a place touched by fear. There the foreman of the docks told them of monsters haunting the fog, beasts that rose from the reed-choked waterways to drag sailors and ships beneath the murk. The creatures struck only when the mist gathered thick, and the air itself seemed to thrum with the hunger of the deep. Flittish, the druid of balance, counseled patience. If these beings are of nature's weave, she said, perhaps they can be reasoned with, not slain. Sylph, wise of the world but cautious of its cruelties, agreed to fly with her, a reconnaissance of the air to learn the pattern of the threat. While they prepared, Ada, still going by Victoria among her companions, or is it Jenny now? No, it's Victoria, turned her mind to craft and cure. She studied the venom drawn from a sailor's wound, its scent sharp as copper and seaweed, its color the black-green of rot. This toxin devours from within, she said, but its bane lies in its making. She set to work brewing an antitoxin, her hand steady, though the memory of plague weighed heavy on her heart. Damson purchased a vial of prepared antidote from the market, costly yet worth the price should Ada's own work fail. For 2 days the Fellowship waited, crafting, brewing, and planning. Sylph and Flittish took to the sky, finding the monster's territory stretched across a mile of rice and marsh, a labyrinth of burrows and tunnels that pulsed with motion just beneath the water's skin. The creatures were clever, territorial, and far from mindless. When their preparations were done, the Fellowship set out into the mud fields. The ground was soft and treacherous, and the reeds whispered secrets of death below. Sophis and Damson led the way, blades drawn and spells readied, while Flittish took the form of a great toad to draw the monsters forth. Sylph wove an illusion, a phantom barge gliding across the shallows, to bait the lurking predators into striking. The first attack came sudden and terrible. The mud exploded upward in a shower of filth and chitin. The Chules had come. Their claws were iron scythes, their eyes pale and lidless, their armor glistening with the poison Ada had studied. 2 fell quickly beneath the Fellowship's wrath, but then the ground quaked with something deeper. From the mire rose the Chul juggernaut, a behemoth older and crueler than its kin. It struck like a storm unleashed. Damson was caught in its pincers, its strength bending even her fiery resilience. Sylph called out, blade flashing, while Flittish and Sophis pressed the attack. Ada's poisons turned to medicine in the thick of battle. Actually, Ada wasn't there for that. Flittish summoned daylight into the gloom, a brilliance that cut through fog and shadow alike. The lesser creatures recoiled, blinded by purity, their shells steaming beneath the holy radiance. Damson seized that moment, uttering words of binding, and with a crack of power, the juggernaut froze, paralyzed by Hold Monster. Sylph struck next, swift and sure, blade biting deep. Sophis followed, driving her weapon through chitin to heart. The creature gave one final convulsion, then fell still, its weight sinking into the mud, as if the earth itself sought to reclaim it. When the silence came, it was heavy and wet. The reeds no longer stirred. The Fellowship stood victorious, Though blood and ichor clung to their boots, they had survived the Chul's venom, the Juggernaut's wrath, and the creeping dread of the marsh.
Thank you. So, you all stand in the field looking at the dead Chuls that are around you. Victorious in your bout in battle. What would you all like to do?
Sorry, I got whiplash from the music and got brought back to where it's from. I was like, wait, do I have it in the background?
Musical whiplash.
I will take it that you will allow like Ada to gather some of these like tool parts, like behind the scenes to say, or would you like me to make a roll to try and get some, not knowing what parts you might want?
She only cares about the poison aspect of it, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I can have
think
her
I would
roll.
know where. Okay, thank you.
If you don't have
Okay.
proficiency in poisoners, you can't salvage poison properly.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know where the poison sack and these things are.
You
Well-
could just bring. We could just bring the whole body to her.
Yeah.
Looking around, is everyone okay?
Yes, I'm all right. I'm little scratched, but nothing serious.
Now, important question. Anyone diseased?
I am not.
I'm not.
I am not.
I'm fine.
Well, that's good then. Whew.
Lest we have to go on another quest to try and cure another one.
We do have a way with diseases.
It's
Yeah.
like we're a bard or something.
I don't believe
No
that's.
one?
No, that was a good
Oh.
one. So you could see that she cracked a smile when she was trying to think of a response on that. Okay.
Should we take a short rest?
I'm fine with that. We should also check the area to see if. Well, monsters tend to have loot. They've attacked boats and people. There's either going to be something down in those caves or in their guts. Because they
Okay.
don't look like they're smart enough to separate coin from flesh.
Sophus will go to the big juggernaut and like cut open what she thinks it's its underside.
Roll me a survival check.
Can I assist?
Sure. All right. You cut open its gullet, and you do find a nugget of gold. These are various different gold coins that have been solidified together by the inside churning of the Chul's stomach. It's valued at 50 GP.
Okay.
Strong and
Anything
acids?
else?
No, that's it.
Oh, so no bodies or bones or anything? Okay.
No. All that stuff dissolves quickly.
All right. Well, she's like, there's only this. So if we want to bring something for Anna, I guess I could cut it up into smaller parts and see what she can salvage from that.
Could do. Also, the fact the stomach acid was strong enough for it to melt that gold together, mildly concerning. Actually, being being the type of dragonborn I am, would I know how strong that acid would have to be to melt gold like that?
Roll me an alchemist check.
I don't have
Good
alchemy.
question.
Roll me a straight intelligence. Yeah, so 4, he's saying?
Don't you have like a poison breath?
I have an
Acid
acid
breath?
breath. Yeah, that's why I was going to
Yeah,
ask if I knew.
And straight intelligence.
11.
All right. A lot stronger than yours. Your acid would not melt coins.
Well, I could say this much. It's definitely stronger than the acid I can make. Which... mildly concerning, again. Let's be glad that it didn't use some kind of, like, vomiting acid attack. That would have
Is
been
it
rough.
absorbing the gold? The coins? Or is it just breaking it down into like a sludge?
It was melting them together, looks like. She holds the gold nugget.
There would have been... So either it was melting it down because it didn't realize what it was eating, or it was absorbing it like part of its diet. If it's the first one, that would have been very painful to pass later, I assume. The second one would mean they're attracted to people because they carry gold, which they eat or feed upon. Also, there's no like copper or silver in there, was there?
Not that I could see.
Maybe that had already been dissolved? Or maybe they go for it.
Does anybody have jeweler's supplies?
I do not.
Me?
You do?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Well, we should check out their hideout to see if there is any more.
Agreed.
All right. Who's gonna tunnel down into the bad space? Keep in mind, Mr. Amazing canonically gives you all water breathing every single fucking day, no matter what your proximity to water is.
I will become a giant octopus and worm my way down.
Do you need anyone to follow you, Flittish?
You're welcome to follow.
Okay. I will pull up the hood of the cloak of the manta ray, so I have the swimming speed.
Okay.
I'll spend my time carving up the juggernaut.
All right. Go ahead. Damson and Flittish, roll me a perception check. One can be assisting the other if they would like.
I'll assist Flittish.
All right.
Skills. Perception. And I am being assisted. Perception.
20. Okay.
Nice.
Swimming your way down here, you don't find any treasure, but you do find hatchling sacks filled with young brood of the Chules. It appears to be a sack that has over 100 of these things in it. Very itty-bitty and tiny, like the size of crawfish.
How close do they look to be hatching?
Roll me a nature.
Look, free seafood.
I'm sorry, that should not have been advantage. I was already clicking before I.
It's all right. We
Fixed
look
it.
at the first die. 10. I mean, they're nowhere near the size of the other ones, so probably a ways off.
I am super uncomfortable with ending them, but I would not be opposed to moving them.
We could try to move them. Does it look like they're attached to the wall?
Yeah. Just in like this webbing like substance, mucusy substance.
Can I try to press to digitate the mucus away so we can move the sack freely?
No, because that's like an organic material.
The mucus might be necessary to keep them, I don't know, together, moist. I don't know.
Okay, then.
But if we scrape it off of the wall and just kind of maybe wrap it around the sacks and sort of cocoon it in the mucus and then maybe move them.
Is it attached to stone or dirt?
Is it stone or dirt?
Yeah, is it attached to stone or dirt?
Dirt.
Okay, can I use elementalism to try and, like, carve it out very slowly? Because one of the things is sculpt element. You cause dirt, sand, fire, smoke, or mist or water that can fit within a 1-foot cube to assume a crude shape such as that of a creature for an hour. So I'd kind of like to make
Yeah.
it like peel like waves back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can just spool it all together.
Yeah. So you kind of see Damson twisting your hand around as you see like the dirt start to shape around or to move apart so you can get this mucus sac free without risking it rupturing. Okay, it should be good to grab now.
Sleight of hand to gather it up.
I can make that roll. Are you able to assist Footish?
I mean, not very well.
You have many octopus limbs.
I will assist to the best of my ability.
Sure.
Okie dokie. 25.
Okay. You managed to gather up the sack of about 100 of them without harming any of them at all. It does appear that these sacks are exceptionally tough. Very, very, very tough. You would have to deliberately try crushing them to break them.
Okay.
And you spool it all into, like, a gigantic cotton candy.
Right, let's get this out of here and up to the others so we can go throw it into the lake where it belongs. Well,
I'm
inland sea?
probably not going to throw it into the lake, but I might take it and go down into the lake and see if I can find some place safe to put it.
Fair.
All right. So you meet back up with everybody after Sophis is finished chopping up the Chul juggernaut as best as they can. Everyone else, you see the party remerges with a giant candy of the eggs.
Tasty.
We found their spawn. Flittish and I believe we should go and return it to the near div and find a place for it to be put back in its correct habitat. That way, it does not risk another incursion here, and the ecosystem remains more or less unharmed.
If that's what you think you need to do, I guess we'll wait for you here.
Damson, you have
we
the
go with
the
them.
cloak of the manta ray, right?
Yes.
Okay, so coming with will not be a problem.
Yes. And Sylph, you asked why not just come with us?
No, I said I'm coming with.
Ah. Yes.
Well, suppose that we're all going then. Do we have a way to get there? Or wherever this place is?
One of you... Well, I think you just have to hold on to Damson because Sylph can ride on Flittish's back thanks to their item.
Okay.
And all of you have water breathing, so...
Well, I have water swimming as well.
Oh, well, fine.
I can... If you need a way, come here real quick, and I... Actually, wait, how long does this last? I gotta double check the length. How long of a fly would you say it is away to the lake?
Maybe a couple of hours?
Okay. Yeah,
Flying?
Yes. If you were flying, it'd be a couple of hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try to carry you there.
You guys are currently here at your goal. Flying is exceptionally fast.
All right.
Swimming would be like probably a half day to half day back.
Okay, doke. Yeah, I'll carry Sophus then.
So you two are flying while the other two are swimming? What's...
I mean, we can fly there and then swim once we get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all of you take flight into the air. Are you just willy-nilly flying out there over towards the lake?
I'd assume we're trying not to be seen carrying this big sack of cholt.
Then I require a stealth check.
Why don't we not want to be seen? It doesn't matter.
Less questions. And plus...
We're flying.
23 for me.
17 for me.
All right.
Okay. Well, with the group average, you guys are flying no problem whatsoever. So, managing to go high enough and move with some of the clouds to stay out of sight, you make it over to the near dive with pretty good efficiency. You manage to dive into the waters as well, and you're looking for a place to hide the sacks so that they can become somebody else's problem in the future, right, Flittish?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Where do you remember where these creatures hail from? I went over it last session.
As a player, no.
Does anybody remember what I said where they hail from?
The deeps. Like,
Okay.
the deep.
You
Yes.
get an inspiration, Sylph.
Why, thank you.
So, you're going to have to go pretty deep down to find a place where they belong. Or you can try leaving them closer towards the surface.
No, I want to make sure that they get back where they belong, so hopefully they stay there.
All right, survival.
Assist.
I am an octopus in this part.
All mental stat checks still utilize your stats.
Mm.
Only the physical ones rely on the wild shape. 22. So, good thing you are stealthing for this part as well, because there are quite a few very large creatures in the deeper parts of the near dive. Now, you don't have the ability to swim too terribly deep without all of your allies being around, because the risk of running into something larger and more terrifying is prominent. But you find a sunken wreckage out here that looks like it would be a good place to hide the baby's little sacks so that they don't get eaten by predators.
Okay. I will set about trying to sort of stick them as they were.
Alrighty. Sleight of hand check, I guess.
I'll assist.
This is not my strong suit, so I'm probably going to... It's going to look like a kindergartner's... Oh, no, actually. A 22.
We do love 22. Alrighty. Well, congratulations, guys. You managed to save the babies.
Heck yeah. All right, let's get out of the near div then and back over to Trigol.
Before I leave the babies, I will say to the eggs, knowing that this is probably not going to, this is just me talking to the eggs saying, please don't grow up to make me regret this. I will pat them and then leave.
Animal handling.
This is regular, not disadvantage.
Okay. Well, these Chul babies might remember you in the future, since you didn't eat them. Then, the party...
And then I will leave.
Party resurfaces. Woo! And then leaves. You make your way back over to the docks, where you see the foreman is currently sitting there waiting for any type of news as to what's been happening. And as you all approach, he walks up to you. So is everything done?
I believe so, yes. The chores are dealt with and relocation of their spawn has been successful.
Very good. Chuls, you say, that the creatures of the deep?
Yes.
Huh. Menacing bits. Did they happen to have any baby sacks around?
Yes, we already relocated it down into the deeps.
I would have paid you good money for them, but okay. Well, at least the problem is solved. That is good. Because we are leaving tomorrow morning, now that the waters are clear.
Oh, that's good.
Everyone make sure you have a good night's sleep, stretch as much as possible, and get ready to be cramped inside of a closed chest. We did get all of them to be suitable for each of you in their own size, based off of how big you are.
Slowly looks to Dempson. I'm going to be in need a big chest.
Well, yes, of course, because there's the tail and the horns.
I just can't wait to see it.
Well, here, let me show you. And he brings you over towards the storage area, and there is a 9-foot tall chest that has about a 3.5-foot width to it.
Wow.
So if yours
should-
is barely taller than you.
Looks over to the other one. They need to really put an S on this one.
Why?
Because then it'd be S cargo.
Oh God.
I'm
Are
going
you
to make
sure?
sure they put your chest on the bottom.
No!
Are you sure you're not taking up some bardic inspiration?
I don't know where that came from.
But no, that's his very massive chest. For our own for my own curiosity's sake, what does what does the ledger say that is in that one?
In the one that you are taking up,
Yes.
the ledger says that it is filled with wagon components.
No, that considering my size, yeah, that would be the best choice. What are the others?
The one for Sylph, or sorry, he doesn't have names for everybody. The one for the bunny, that one is labeled as precious cargo, sculpture. The one for the wild lady, that one is labeled as general cushionware. And the one for your purchaser of these tickets, that one is labeled as fine china. And the one for the last of you, which we were not aware that we need to make, so we had to make some last-minute adjustments, that one is glassware.
Okay.
All things people do not wish to handle for fears that they may break them. Other than the wagonware, which, jokes aside, we are putting you on the bottom because everybody else's can fit on top of yours.
No, that is understandable.
No. None
But
of
it is
you
good-
have any problems with closed-in spaces, correct?
Not that I know of. I mean, we'll find out.
Can all of you give me a reason why your character is not afraid of closed-in spaces? How your character would know already? A situation in which you've been put into and would have knowledge of?
I'll be honest, Flittish is not aware that she has any issues with closed-in spaces, but I think if anybody's going to, it would be her.
Fair, fair.
Sylph might be as well, like, shut in from trauma.
I don't think it's a 50-50 considering Damson's would have been like in a cart like a lot of her life based off backstory. So probably used to closed places, just probably not this tight. So it might be uncomfortable, but not like I'm having a panic attack.
Sophus?
I mean, she's had to survive on hostile worlds many times, so being in an enclosed space is not a big deal to her.
Okay,
Just like,
that's reasonable. So the other three, we're going to find out when they put you in the box. Well, sleep up tight, loosely tonight, and get ready. You will be stuck inside of your respective cargo for the better part of 32 hours.
do you have cushions?
Yes, of course. And he opens them up, and you see a whole lot of straw.
Excellent.
If you have a pillow, you are more than welcome to put it in there.
She's gonna stuff a t-shirt.
Just push it in there to make
Yeah.
it softer.
Tie it up. Yep.
Very good. Anybody else have any niceties they wish to put into their coffins? I mean, storage chests?
Is my crate meant for me as human size, or could I go in as a wolf and...
It was designed for you as human size, but if you want to turn into something smaller to be more comfortable, keep in mind you will be stuck in there for 32 hours.
Sadly, I don't have any small sizes.
Well, you can prepare new ones each day at dawn. Yeah,
I'm
druids
good.
are okay.
We have some rations or something to keep us in there.
Yes, they have upgraded rations of higher quality, not just hardtack and water. They still give you water as the drink because there's no way they're going to give you wine when you're supposed to be surviving. But you do have like solid sandwiches that they have freshly made. Nothing too fancy or special, but better than hardtack.
Can I find like some cushioning for my wings? Because I have a feeling if there's going to be an issue, it's going to be either the tail or wings pinching during transit.
Don't your wings go away if you don't?
No, we flavor them that they're actual wings.
Oh yeah. Well, you do have the cushions from your custom cart with you.
Yeah, it's probably going to have to go in there.
I forgot to ask. Did Anna was Anna able to salvage anything from the troll juggernaut carcass that I carved up?
We haven't had her roll yet. Let me.
And was there anything that the guy said he wanted the little sacks or whatever, but did he want anything from the carcass at all? Of the juggernaut?
He did not ask for anything from it.
Does he know? Oh, sorry. Or maybe he didn't know.
He does not know.
Okay, she'll tell him.
Do they have unique eyes?
I don't know. She'll like take a piece out and it looks like its head. Does it look unique to you?
Let me look at the token to see if it has eyes at all.
I think they all have eyes, right? Or no?
Yeah, little beady eyes. Not really anything
They
exceptional.
can see in the dark, so
Yeah.
you got to be able to be blind.
I would take the cranium. I would give you 10 gold for it.
Sure.
Perfect.
What about these large pincers or claws? Anything you can use? For
Ada
them?
will take that from you. No, we are not selling it.
Oh, okay.
That's what has the poison in it.
Oh, right. You're right. Well, what about the stomach? It has strong digestive properties. It was able to melt together gold coins.
The people I sell to do not care for stomachs of strong creatures.
The skills on the left side.
There it is. Thank you.
Where do you track the number of hit points on the sheet?
The number of...
Spent hit dice?
Oh, it does that for you automatically so long as you're using the short rest, long rest button.
Oh, okay, because I used 2 hit dice, but I didn't actually see where I could see it tick down anywhere, so I was confused.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. 14. She can make a very basic poison out of it, but... yeah, she doesn't roll good enough to do any better than that. Alright, so I'll add a basic poison to her character sheet.
Is that with reliable talent?
Reliable talent actually only works on skills, not tools. They fixed that.
That's a weird change. All right.
I don't think the people they want people making nukes in games again.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what someone wants to build, why not? But some tools use skill rolls anyway, right? So I guess it would still work in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for the construction of what you are using the tool for, but for like the knowledge checks on it and stuff like that, you have the reliable talent still. All right, I added a basic poison to her character sheet. There we go. So yes, everybody ready?
I suppose so. The reason I'd ask, by the way, is in case for some reason you're able to perform the sound of what's supposed to be in the crate if they're suspicious. Like, for example, for the glassware that like mimic the sound like glass clinking together when it's picked up or something.
They would be wrapped. You don't just
I mean-
throw glassware in a crate. You wrap it so it would be cushioned against making sound.
I thought
Normally-
the crates had like some of the items in them were just like built with a compartment for us.
Yeah, they do have the actual items in there. You are correct.
Okay,
So, like,
okay.
think false bottom. You guys are in
Yep,
the
yep.
false bottom of it. And then
Yeah,
on
what do
top
you-
of you is the shit that they may actually look for.
Yeah,
Okay,
it wouldn't
for-
be much of a big smuggler's operation. It was just like, oh yeah, here's an empty box. Just get inside.
Yeah, they're not going to
It'll
check.
be fine.
For some reason, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way that they're.
Well, I mean, you guys do got stiffed if that was the case.
Yeah, no, this is a legitimate smuggling operation. You all still need to be careful not to get heard, because of course people checking are aware of smugglers, but... Alright then. Early in the morning, one by one, you are all placed inside of your respective crates. The world goes dark the moment they close the false bottoms over top of you. Not dim, not shadowed, dark. A darkness so complete it feels physical, pressing softly against your eyelids, filling your thoughts with the hollow thump of your own pulse. Your fingers brush the inside wall and find it rough and splintered, smelling of cut wood and old sawdust. The air inside is cramped and dry, tinged with the scent of rope fibers and the faint sharpness of the oil rubbed into the wood to keep it from cracking. You hold still as the lid latches. One click, then a heavier metallic slide. That's when the box becomes an island. Cut off from senses, cut off from light, cut off from the world. Then the motion begins. You feel yourself lifted awkwardly, unevenly by hands that don't care what's inside. The chest tilts. Your shoulders presses into the corner. Your knee bumps the opposite wall. Somewhere to your left, another chest thuds down, followed by a muffled grunt and a curse. More crates shift, slide, and settle as the smugglers stack everything into the wagon. At this point, Flittish, Sylph, and Damson, I need wisdom saves from the three of you. This is to see how well you deal with closed spaces. Claustrophobia.
$18.
12.
10. Nothing below double digits.
Okay. Flittish, you remember the pragmatic nature of what you are enduring through. You have to be pragmatic right now. Yes, you are closed off. Yes, it is uncomfortable. But in all honesty, if you transform into a large creature, you are destroying this fucking box in a moment. You're probably okay. Sylph. The dark nature reminds you, for a few moments, being locked inside of Cat. How everything was dark and all you had was the sense of hearing to rely on. It's nice, in some way. Not having to worry about what you see, what you can do. You can't do much. But in other ways, it does spike that concern of being locked inside of something else for a long period of time. Damson. Never in your life have you been stuck before. You've never been to jail. You've been unconscious, but you've never died. You've never been locked inside of a room you couldn't easily escape if need be. This is a very strange and weird situation to be stuck in for you, and it does make you start to panic a little bit, but for the most part, you are fine. Flittish, you don't have any disadvantages. Sylph and Damson, however, when I ask you to make your first skill check, you will be at disadvantage.
Okay, doke.
And Sophis, needless to say, you're chilling. You justified why you don't care.
Yeah, I mean, when floating through space, also, it's just a void as well.
Yeah.
You have to say locked inside, otherwise.
Yeah, you're safer inside. The muffled marketplace. Noises fade behind the first few turns of the wagon's wheels. There's clattering hooves, snapping reins. Voices barked in quick, Bakloonish and common. Then the low, steady creak of wood. Then the low, steady creak of wood on wood as you begin the long, uncertain road toward the Narand border. Inside the chest, time stretches strange. You have no way to judge distance or direction, or even how long you've been in. You only feel the rise and fall of the wagon, the way it leans on uneven stones, the way every jolt knocks you gently against the wood. The air grows warmer, each breath a little shallower, each exhale sounding loud in the small space. Your heartbeat feels too loud, thudding in your ears. Your fingers rest against the lid in front of you, not pushing, just reminding yourself it's still there. Occasionally, you shift your ankles to keep them from numbing entirely. The chest smells of dust and dry wood, but around the seams you catch faint traces of the world outside. Cool morning air, the damp smell of the river, someone's pipe smoke drifting past you. Eventually, the road smooths. The wagon's vibrations dampen. The voices outside grow quieter. One moment. Then you hear a slightly raised whisper fall over your cart. Inspection point ahead. The words pierce the wood like a blade. Everything inside you goes still. Every instinct screams to flatten your breath, to become part of the wood, unseen and unfelt. You hear the reins tighten. The wagon slows. Is there anything any of you wish to do before you make it to the inspection point?
If anybody opens the compartment where I am hidden, I am automatically going saber-toothed tiger. And coming at them with teeth and claws.
Hold action, kitty.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
There's nothing in this box, nothing to see here.
Can I, without breaking my spot in here, cast Arcane Eye? Or would that break like the stealth that's in the hidden area? Joey.
You could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my plan is Arcane Eye. If I see someone getting close and getting ready to like pry over the hidden area, hoping that I can dimension door 500 feet ahead and out of the area, past the checkpoint.
Okay.
Hoping.
Now, obviously, you can't hold action do that because that uses the spell slot, but you can, if you think it's going to happen, just go, fuck it, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or confusion, or whatever, like hypnotic pattern or something.
Well,
I just need to be able to
you
out of sight.
understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody long rest, by the way. Thank you. Any preparations, Sophis?
There's not much I can do, so she's just resting in there.
How
No.
peaceful was it on the road? Because I have a question that I will send to you through in Roll20.
Go for it. It's been very peaceful on the road.
Option C, distraction, summon dragon coming out of Niron.
That is absolutely a possibility, Sylph. Roll me a con save.
Okay. There. 9.
Now, it's not full on. It's mostly like daydreaming. Not
Fair
really
enough.
paying attention to anything around you. If it was horrendously bad, it would have been horrendously bad. And for you, Sophis, any preparations or?
Just chill, sleeping, in a trance. I think I can do the trance. And she's just not much I can really do to prepare. I'm in a box.
I'll have Arcane
Taking a
Eye
box.
cast there.
Arcane Eye cast. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. An invisible, invulnerable eye watching over you all. Perfect.
Mhm.
Well then, everybody, I do require you to roll me stealth checks.
And this is a skill check, so that Sylph and I would be at disadvantage, correct?
That is correct.
Can I use my inspiration to make it a flat roll?
Sure can.
Do I need to roll a stealth check if I'm just sleeping?
Yes, you still need to roll a stealth check because
Okay.
that'll dictate if you snore or not.
Oh, how dare you say that?
Listen.
Elves don't snore. That's crazy. We are in trances.
a 10.
Okay.
Or if I have advantage because of invisibility, then 19.
Eight.
You had disadvantage, Sylph.
So
Remember,
you're
first
flat.
ability
Okay,
check,
10.
so 10. Yeah. Damson 8, Flittish 20. Uh-oh, Sylph is 15. Let me get my calculator out, because this average is not great. Let me
It's
roll
not.
for Ada.
She could save it.
Yeah, she needs to roll higher than a 10. $20. Nope, 23 is her minimum. Plus 23 divided by... Oh, wait, Mr. Amazing. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he set his sheet to simple. Ah!
A wizard with a
We don't.
simple...
By the way, we don't get advantage on this because we're in like a hidden compartment.
No. It gives you the opportunity because they are inspecting you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so... What was it? Does he have advantage on stealth checks? Does he have boots of Elvenkind?
I think he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the item he got. Cool. 15, 20, 15, 10, 8, 20. Divided by 6 comes out to group average of 15.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not that bad.
It's not bad. Not bad. We've had a lot better.
Yeah. They guard as well, so, you know, they might be sloppy. Sloppy.
All right, so you hear the reins tighten. The wagon slows. Boots, several pairs, crunch in gravel. Metal clinks as armor shifts. A new voice speaks, low and controlled, with the rehearsed calm of a man accustomed to giving orders that end in breath. Orders of the Blue Lance. All cargo from Trigol to be searched. This is a disease patrol. Your chests tighten, your palms dampen. It feels like the wood grows smaller around you. A door unlatches, one of the inspection sheds. The footsteps circle the wagon. You hear crates lifted, lids pried open, and wood creaking. Content shifting and poked. Someone groans as they haul a heavy box aside. Something metal scraped down the side of the wagon, likely a spear, or maybe a halberd. What's this one? Sophis, your chest gets kicked. Glassware, sir. Glassware, sir. The merchant answers quickly. You know the voice. It's the smuggler, frontman, trying to sound bored. From the western ports? Fragile. Please be careful. A grunt, then silence. An awful, endless silence. You hear your own breath again. Then your heartbeat thumps like a war drum. Every instinct in the two of your bodies, Sylph and Damson, is screaming for you to move. Anything to relieve the tension, but you force stillness. And then, Damson, 3 sharp knocks on your lid. Dunk, dunk, dunk. hard enough that the dust shakes from the roof. You freeze, holding your breath until it aches. A heavy hand presses against the top of the chest. The wood flexes under the pressure. You hear the knuckles drag across it. Feels heavy. There's a half-second pause. Maybe less. And then the merchant replies, voice steady but stretched thin. Yes, of course. It is cart equipment. Building a new one. Another pause. Open this one up. You hear the shifting of the saddle as the man comes approaching over, unlatching the top lid of your chest, Damson.
From my arcane eye, what's the current situation outside?
You see that there are 3 paladins around the cart. One of them is standing on top of it, inspecting all of the equipment, while another one is probing around the bottom side, trying to make sure there's nobody hidden on it.
At the checkpoint, is there a clear shot in case I need a dimension door?
Wide open fields.
Wide open fields. No place to hide.
Roll me a perception check.
Natural 20, 25.
Okay. There does appear to be a rolling hill that if you teleported on top of and crouched down, you would roll down the hill out of sight.
Okay. I have that location prepped in my mind if he starts to go for the hidden compartment. Because I can subtle cast Dimension Door.
Okay. After the lid opens up, you see breaks of daylight streaking in as the hidden compartment door in front of you is hiding you away. And you hear shifting around of some of the supplies of your cart. The suspension for it. The spokes that have been taken apart for it. The wheels that are placed outside. You feel the hand rub against the back compartment, touching the wood. And then you hear a quieted whisper. You don't understand Nerondese, do you?
Nerondese? I don't believe I do, no.
Okay.
But I'm watching for any actions that are arcane eye, because I'm quite literally like at his viewpoint.
Yep.
So
as you're watching, you do see that the front man, the seller for your cart, hands a small coin purse over to this guard. He takes it, he seems to weigh it and places it into his pocket. Then he stands up. Clear. Send it through. After a moment, the top of your lid gets replaced and the wagon lurches forward. You're too shaken to exhale yet, everybody. Only after several long minutes do you finally release the breath burning in your lungs. Time becomes strange again. The sound of cobblestones fades, replaced by the soft crunch of packed earth. The air changes too. You smell it, even through the cracks in the chest. The breeze carries the grassy sweetness of spring, the scent of wildflowers crushed under hooves, the distant tang of running water. Sometimes the wagon jolts over stones. Sometimes it drifts smoothly. You hear birds now, larks, finches, and once the cry of even a hawk. You hear distant farm bells ringing in their fields. The air cools as the wagon climbs a hill. Then you hear one of the smugglers call out quietly. All clear. Let's wake 'em. The metal bolts slide, latches snap open, the lids begin to lift. Light explodes into your eyes, a sudden blinding flood of gold and white that stings as if someone pressed hot metal to your pupils. You wince, instinctively turning your head, but then the wind hits your skin. Cool, clean, alive. You take the first deep breath you've had in hours, and it feels like your chest is being washed from the inside. The smell of the world rushes in all at once. Dew on tall grass, distant river water, sun-warmed earth, and the faint, sweet scent of blooming clove. When your eyes return, you see it. Neurond. The wagon sits on a low rise, overlooking an ocean of tall green grass swaying in slow waves. The plains stretch endlessly eastward, golden-tipped in the morning sunlight. To the far horizon, thin silhouettes of farmhouses and windmills dot the landscape, their roofs gleaming faintly. Beyond that, just barely visible, the silver line of the Duntide River cuts across the world like a blade of light. One of the smugglers, a man of straw blonde hair and a sun-cracked grin, tips his hat towards you. Congratulations. You're breathing Neurond air. Don't think you'd make it this far, did you? Probably had you worried.
And there was a moment, indeed.
Oh, that was a good rest.
You each are assisted climbing out with your legs that are stiff, your knees trembling from hours of confinement. The ground feels incredibly solid beneath your feet, cool and firm. You all begin to stretch, your joints crack, your lungs expand in ways they haven't since before you were all sealed away. You listen for the first peaceful moment in days. You hear the wind whispering through the grains. You hear insects humming softly from hidden burrows. You hear birds rising from the meadow, wings cutting through the air. And you hear the faint lap of water from the river below the ridge. Behind you, the smugglers begin to pack up the false cargo. The wooden chests, your temporary coffins, are stacked off to the side of the road. Some are stained where the guards' spears scratched them. Others bear scuff marks from the hurried loading. The smugglers closest to you strikes a match and tosses it onto the stack of empty crates. Flames catch, timid at first, then hungry. Wood crackles, smoke rises in curling gray ribbons drifting into the sky. The man nods once. No evidence, no witnesses, no trail. Then his tone turns a bit more gentle. Stay low, stay quiet, and don't look back towards Trugol. The lance never forgets the ones who slip through. He hands you over the reins to a sled that has your cart completely deconstructed and packed onto it, sitting on it. Make sure you get a few miles away from Zabuta before you rebuild your cart. If you need the expertise of an individual to assist you with that, then I recommend you go over to Valenford. There should be a workshop there that is secluded from all of the sick.
Thank you. From the rough size of the coin purse that I saw him use, could I estimate how large that was with the natural 20? Like how much was in there?
How much was in what?
The coin possibly used to bribe the guard.
More than 20 gold.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a small pouch and just yeah, I'll give him a pouch containing 40 gold. And just give like a small nod.
Much appreciated for the tip.
Of course.
Good luck to all of you. And he and his crew and leaves.
Alright. Let's get further inland and then see about getting our cart together.
Now, as you all stretch and get yourselves situated, I think this is a great place for us to go ahead and go on break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we're about to get our little our plague doctor masks on.
Yes. So, everybody, you stand up. You get your wagon, which is still currently in pieces, onto the sled so that you can drag it over the plains and hills. Sophis is the strong one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Sophis and one other person is going to be dragging the wagon.
Yeah, they're all weaklings.
Well, honestly, if y'all can find a way to create a harness for it, I can go elk form and drag it.
You're close to the border. You have to be unseen. Elks are not unseen. That's
especially not a giant elk.
yeah. That is not native to this land. Smite.
Oh, is it moose?
Can't you turn into a horse?
No.
Oh.
I guess I could help. I mean, my strength is
Giant
10.
octopus.
Baby Kraken.
You you can't be seen. I'm a bunny, sir. I've always lived here. These are from my familiars.
All right. So Damson has volunteered. I would like the two of you to roll me athletics.
Okay.
You got this, you two.
I don't have the crowbar situational advantage.
Well, Sophis is good. And you're pushing.
Anytime. Actually, this is actually the perfect time I could use this. Anytime it's going to start to slide backwards, I have an immovable rod and just click in place so it doesn't slide back.
Perfect.
I am the brakes.
Good job, Damson. You are the brakes. So, as you continue over these cresting low hills, you find your way over onto a road once you're a good several miles away from the border. No longer worried about being within line of sight of anybody or anything else. Leaving behind the safety of the old world and entering now into the plague-ridden one.
Right.
The-
Let's all
Go on.
go on.
You go.
Just let's all be careful with who we interact with until we find some inoculation type. Minimal contact with people until we know it's safe. That's it. That's all I had.
Okay, cool. The road bends gently southwards, cresting the low hills, and eventually, as you are heading out this direction, you see Valenford. Ada can tell you what it was like before. The vibrant, small, little, humble home and houses that are positioned just close enough to a creek that everybody could live comfortably. Predominantly farming things like ducks, so that there was plenty of eggs and meat to be had here. Now, it sits quiet and colorless on the plains ahead. A cluster of low stone cottages pressed close together as though trying to hide from the wind. The late morning light feels muted here, swallowed by a haze of chimney smoke that drifts low across the rooftops. What should have been a lively village has the stillness of a place holding its breath. As you draw nearer, details sharpen. Shutters nailed shut. Doors barred from the outside. Rope lines tight between posts, marking boundaries no one dare cross. A few houses bear harsh red X's painted across the doors, the color long since faded to a rusty scar. The sight sends an instinctive chill through you. Someone went inside once, and no one went back in after. Tattered signs hang from wooden posts along the road, their warnings painted in thick black strokes. No gatherings, no travel without permission. Keep distance between households. Report all fever to the guard. Most of the signs flap weakly in the wind, their edges torn, but the message is unmistakable. Fear lives here. The village lane you enter is muddy and nearly silent. A cartwheel lies half submerged in the puddle, coated in gray silt. The once busy communal well stands untouched, a length of rope wrapped tightly around its circumference. Another boundary marked. A blackened fire pit nearby hints at old attempts to cleanse the area. You spot movement, but only barely. A shutter shifts. A curtain stirs. Faces peer out just long enough to see you, then vanish. No one calls out. No one waves. Every glance feels like a warning. A dry wind sweeps across the empty lanes, stirring dust and the faint acrid scent of burnt cloth and vinegar, the odors of an improvised disinfectants. Somewhere deeper in the village, a lone hammer strikes wood rhythmically. Someone nailing boards over another door. A single guard sits on a wooden stool, exhausted, armor dulled to a sad gray, watches you with a makeshift post at the far end of this street. His hand rests on a spear he clearly doesn't want to use. Behind him, the lane opens into fields that should be green and thriving, but are patchy, underworked, struggling. Valenford isn't abandoned, but it feels like a village waiting for something to happen, something worse than what already has. As you step deeper into its quiet heart, the wind shifts, carrying with it the faintest sound of a child coughing somewhere behind a closed door. And every instinct in you whispers, this place has survived the plague, but it is still very far from safe. Now, as you look around, you find the building that was outlined to all of you, a place that you should set up your cart and somebody could repair it for you.
Sophus will start dragging it through that building.
As you get to the outside, you see these two barn doors affixed to it, wide open, as a man is sitting down on a workbench, currently working with his back to you all. As you walk up, you see that there's a bell overhead with a rope hanging down to gather the man's attention. I think Ada would be wise enough to inform all of you that you don't want to approach anybody in this diseased area.
Okay.
So what do we do with ropes attached to bells?
You pull it.
Okay, there we go. Woo!
I was going to say,
roleplay.
obviously, you yank on it.
All right, let's do it.
Obviously, you cut the rope.
Perfect. So you pull the rope, Damson. Ding, 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 ding. And you see this gruff-looking man turn and look over at you. He stands up slowly and begins approaching. Human man with a very strong jaw that is completely covered in whiskers of overgrowth over him. The man has not put much care into refining his beard so much as tending to his own place of business. As he turns and looks over at all of you, he repositions his stool to look at you all and begins eyeing you up carefully. Well, hello. Are you the out-of-towners I was told about?
Perhaps.
He rolls his eyes, reaches into his coat, and pulls out a pipe, beginning to fill it with some tobacco. Excuse me if I am not well-versed in subterfuge as your caretakers were. Either you are from out of town or I am hallucinating, considering one of you is a fucking rabbit and one of you is a lizard.
Can you can you put this together? She'll point to the sleigh she was putting.
Where? I can do this for you. What do you
Right,
all
that
have
would-
for me?
What do you want?
Can I inspect to see if he's southern or northern?
Go ahead.
He mighty 7.
7. You don't know the dialect difference for now on these.
That's fair.
That's what 7 yields.
Ada
Ada is northern.
Okay, that explains a whole lot. Looks to Sophis and just smile at them.
He'll look at all of you. Well, if you all have access to clean drinking water in plethora, that could warrant my skills very easily. Any non-perishable foods as well. But if you are dealing in coin, then we shall say 50 gold. And I will give you shelter for the time it needs for me to rebuild your cart.
Sophis will pull out the gold nugget.
What the
this
hell
do?
is that?
It's gold.
Did a troll fucking eat it or something?
Something similar. But it should be worth around 50 pieces.
Oh.
They go over and give him 50 pieces of gold.
Oh, he'll
We
take the
could
nugget.
use that-
He'll gladly take the
Oh,
nugget.
okay.
Yeah. It's weird.
Oh no, okay, no, that's 100% fair.
Yeah.
Very well. Put it on the shelf right over there, and bring it on inside. He lights his pipe, and when he stands up, you notice that his right leg does not bend at the knee fully, and he starts limping his way over to inspect it.
Did you injure your leg?
A non-cag wound from years ago. I would not worry about it.
Do you have a barrel or some sort of container that can hold water?
I have many barrels.
Well, I will fill whatever I can make 10 gallons of clean water.
He'll take you out back where you see that he has a small plot of husbandry farming. I think that's what you call when it's just small animals.
Animal husbandry, yeah.
And there are several barrels out there. 10 gallons would fill one of them.
I will fill one of the barrels with 10 gallons of clean water,
He will take
What does this look like?
What does what look like?
How do you make it?
Yes, how
With
do
the
you
spell-
make it rain?
Would the spell create water?
Okay, it's like I don't know. I just imagine you just like whoa.
No, I'm not gonna vomit water.
So he'll after you fill it up, he'll pick up a ladle that's attached to the outside of his farmhouse and scoop it and sniff at the water, inspecting it, and then drinking it a little bit, and then taking some of that and feeding it to his, well, last remaining chickens and pigs that he has. That is very much appreciated. All of you will be able to stay in my workshop for the evening or a day after if need be. I would not worry about the guard. He is far less motivated nowadays. By the way, my name is Halden Talbright.
Pleasure to meet you, Halden.
Can you put
Sim-
the name in so I can spell it right, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
He'll go over to the cart and start inspecting it. So, you all decided to find your way over to our country. Why is that?
And honest, we're hoping to do some good.
It is not the first time that I've heard this, but if it is true, it'd be the first time that it was. He looks at you suspiciously, but you're paying for his services. He's committed to it. The farmhouse is where my family lives. It is a half-mile away from this workshop that we are at. We have small little animals here. You are welcome to stay inside of the pit. Come morning time, you will eat with me and my wife. You are not to speak to my children. You are not to engage or go near either of them. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And if any of you have any symptoms of the plague, reveal it to me now. I
What
will
are the
continue
symptoms?
to help you, but I will not let you near my family.
What symptoms?
Boilings of skin, heightened fever, paranoia, and then, of course, there is the dull eyes. And he looks
Is that-
at many of your eyes, but for Damson, he can't fucking tell.
Her eyes
Any-
are vibrant AF.
Any current victims in the town?
Oui. Every house that has an X on it.
Are they alive or dead, or has anyone checked?
Some of them are still alive, but many of the older ones are long dead. I go around and I provide them with whatever bread I can and water. Nobody else is willing to get close to their properties.
And who collects the bodies?
Nobody.
You
So
just
the
leave
bod-
them where they are.
Oui. Until somebody finds a way to dutifully get rid of the disease, but it appears that lighting the bodies on fire does not get rid of the disease.
Can I ask some questions?
Oui. That means yes. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. I thought you wanted me to urinate. Oh, that's why I
No.
panicked.
No.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
There's an outhouse out back. I assume
thank
you do not piss and shit where the animals do.
I'm not saying I haven't done so in the past, but I am very house trained.
Do not piss and shit near my animals.
Okay. So is this disease airborne? Or is it through touch? If you know, if you do not know, that's okay. Any information is good information.
He sighs and then, very, a little bit of a struggle, sits down back on his stool at the workbench and strikes a match to begin smoking his pipe. I'm sorry, guys, this is a French land. Anybody who's impressionable and watching, don't smoke, but French people smoke. It's one of three things I know about French people. They smoke and they overthrow governments.
So they haven't gone to the second phase yet.
Yeah. So, the disease can be passed through touch. It can exist inside of water, inside of food. That is why we no longer allow sharing of any products of individuals. However, when the bodies are ignited, we notice the people that were in proximity of the ignited bodies, they contracted the disease much more quickly than the passage of touch.
So it's in the smoke of the burnt bodies.
Perhaps. I am not a trained alchemist.
And has anyone successfully touched the bodies with gloves and covering?
In our towns, there has been one individual who has successfully engaged with the dead and not contracted anything.
Oh, who is this?
That would be Mira Greythorn. She is the local owner of the Tallow and Thorn Inn.
And what reason did she have to interact with the bodies?
It was inside of her inn. She had no way of leaving the establishment without moving them. She went through quarantine, came out perfectly fine.
Oh, interesting.
Some people have even been able to recover from it. But that seems to be rarer than not, and people who have recovered have been keeping it a secret from others. Some people believe that there may be a treatment that can be discovered from those that have survived, but to experiment on them would be immoral.
Has anyone who survived ever fallen victim to the plague again?
Not that I am aware of, but I'm only aware of what happens here in Valenford. Nobody really comes this far out. We are known as a mandatory quarantine zone.
And what does the guard do?
He is responsible to make sure that if anybody shows any symptoms, they are taken to their house, willingly or not.
So there has been no paladins to come by?
Paladins, no. Not this far out. There's rumors that there was a tribe of them that, a gathering of them that made their way out over to Halgud, but if it is a rumor, I do not give it any mind.
Have you, by any chance, know where this started or originated? Key zero, basically.
He begins emptying out the tobacco from his pipe and packing up another one.
Would you like to try some of my own stuff?
I do not want to take anything from your being. No offense.
Oh, I understand because of the plague.
Oui.
I am very clean, but of course that's just my word for it.
I have
I
a
have
wife
to
and
be
kids. I
pretty
am
sure.
not going to be risking anything off of words of individuals I do not know.
I am also magical, just a heads up if that helps or doesn't help.
I would not advertise that to just anybody if I could. Some fanatics believe that this disease may have been brought to us by magical creatures.
Oh. Looks to Damson. Looks to Sylph. And looks to Sophus. We're screwed!
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, they are just an elf.
Elves are magical creatures.
No, they are elves. They're just old creatures.
Yes, I'm old. Older than you too.
Yes, I am old.
I'm older than you.
No, rabbits do not live that long. Anyways. You try telling a Frenchman anything.
Hugs into them. The Norrand man's being mean to me.
No, don't worry.
But,
Pat.
yes, if you all have any other questions, you might as well ask me.
Are there any folk still moving around internally
Oui,
within Narond?
oui, there is. There is a couple of noble houses that have been moving some of their individuals, trying to assist on down south and more eastward locations. The province of Just Crowned is a little bit more heavily dealt with currently. Aside from that, there are the rumors, of course, of the Order of the Golden Shield. The paladins that are trying to find a root cause for all of this. But in all honesty, they are stupid if they are looking for a root cause. I think those paladins would be better suited of getting rid of our dead so that people can live again.
What can you point out on a map where this supposed gathering of paladins was?
Yes, of course. Do you have a map?
She'll turn to Sylph.
Yeah, Sylph made a map. Let's go, Sylph.
I do. I'm rolling it out because I got the nat on it. If there is any changes or difference that you, sir, know, this is from an outsider view.
Including any areas that you've heard of that might have been abandoned already.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you want to mark down Kieran's notes on this map, because
Yeah, we're...
Nat Marsh.
Was it in, like, Callister, you said?
No, is that Nat Marsh right here? You can mark it up. It's your map. This is your guys' map, so mark it up. Have fun. But yeah, it's right.
Oh, with a G. Okay.
Yeah, G Nat Marsh.
Okay.
It was around there, not exactly, obviously, but and this is where the gathering of the paladins were, the Order of the Golden Shield.
Are there any towns we should avoid?
I would not go within 50 miles of any of the major ones. Relmord being the biggest one, of course. I also would do my best to stay away from Bonaven. That is where some strange happenings have been taking place.
Bonaven, where is that?
I'll point it out right over here. Your map is surprisingly accurate.
Well, we have a fantastic cartographer.
Good. And this is like the northernmost town before the border. There's a strange situation over there where people have gone missing.
We heard rumors that there's druids in the northern part of the land.
Oui. Gamboj Forest, yes.
Is there anything going on in the Caledon Forest?
Not druidic in nature, but there are individuals who the fanatics I spoke of. They have gone out. Sorry. They have gone out there to begin to rebuild anew. Saying that it is those that are healthy should just abandon the sick.
And are there any of the Renee people moving around in the area?
The Renee, they have not been spotted out here in more than, well, at this part of Norand in, I'd say probably 20, 30 years. I remember being much younger when I saw some of them.
Understood. I had a suspicion that if they were in this area, they would have been sticking to their own outside of cities.
Well, if they were smart, they would be out of the area.
Provided they can get out.
We.
Aside from food and water, are there anything that you can think of that would be critical things that people would trade for other than gold?
People would be interested in things like playing cards, dice, things to keep the mind busy, you know?
Understood.
But my responsibilities keep me busy enough. Water, non-perishable foods, those things are what I require.
We do have some rations if you would need some of those.
So long as it would not put all of you out.
Looking over to the rest of the group, considering I was checking the party loot, as it's been a little while since we got in there, and since it's with the wagon, since we couldn't bring the horses, we still have the 90 days worth of feed. Do we want to hold on to that, or give some to the craftsman here?
We can give 3/4 of it. One 3/4, you know.
Okay, so a fourth.
A fourth of 90. Y'all are making me do math.
Roughly 22 days. Can we have 22 days worth of feed that were for our horses, if that will help with your animals?
That would help out tremendously. Would you be interested in a pig or perhaps a donkey? I'm sorry, I can't say donkey with an accent without it being Shrek. Would you like a donkey?
The donkey would be greatly appreciated. That way we don't have to have our elf friend here pull the wagon.
That is okay. I'll gladly trade that for the feed. It is more useful. Actually, the donkey's getting to the point where it was almost going to be feed for my pigs, so.
Very well. Then go over to the cart and pull out the 22 days worth of the feed and set it off to the side so we're not like directly interacting, you know?
Yeah. He has shelves.
Yeah.
I will need to get the donkey from my from the farm, but good.
I'm looking at the party loot. We have 2 chickens in the party loot. Are they still alive?
I assume you. Yeah, those are Flittish's chickens.
Oh yeah, they are Flittish's chickens.
She would not let them die.
But would you eat them?
Possibly eventually, but for now, I'm sure they're providing eggs and we can eat those.
Perfect.
Roll for eggs?
Yeah, roll for eggs.
We
Oh, I got this. Oh.
Not
I got
rabbit eggs.
A Star Destroyer. No, I'm being serious. It's a staff.
Oh.
It's a spell focus.
Right. I forgot you had that.
Oh, I will pull out some flayed barley. Would you like some of this to produce some alcohol?
He smiles. No, thank you. I am a barley farmer.
Oh, fair enough. And they put it back.
Would all of you
I
be
have some
interested in...
seeds if you want to, you know.
Are they preserve seeds?
They are.
That
We
would be
got
very
them
useful.
from what is that holy city, Damson?
Oh, the one over in Ket.
Yeah, who believes for Palor. Ah.
Palor's blessings. Good.
Yen.
Yes.
Yen.
He's a farmer. He obviously worships Palor.
Yes.
Yes. We were there not too long ago, so we got a couple of things cleansed and blessed just in case.
That is very good. I will gladly purchase that from you. Would you be interested in wine or ale?
Wine, please.
And he stands up and begins walking out, leaving you all some privacy. And you hear him walking away.
Yeah.
He can't really stealth with his bum leg.
Going over to the surface. How are your muscles? Are you sore?
Not at all. That was easy. What a knight should be able to do.
Be able to
And what
pull.
about you, Damson? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just muttering that I did not know it was part of the knight's duty to pull disassembled carts, but I mean, I guess stories of knights making their trainees do odd tasks make sense now,
Well,
especially
yes.
in
They're called
stories.
squires.
Squires have to train diligently under the knights. Basic training begins with being able to do manual labor.
Isn't it also true that you're not paid as a squire?
You are
Of
paid
course
in
not.
learning and experience.
Scam.
Yeah. When Sophis was young, I made her crawl through the thick muds of the Fae. Ah, fantastic times. We cast wind spells to blow them off course. Ah.
It
I
sounds like
persevered.
it was an entertaining time.
If you want to get strong, you should do similar training as well.
Yeah. I mean, I could.
I mean,
but-
swap, but Dragonbone would be kind of hot.
Well, now you're trying to stroke my ego. But no, to answer your question, I'm doing all right. Was a bit of a workout, thankfully, after all that time in Yern. I am more athletic now from all that than I was before. So, that's good at least. But no, it's interesting from what we've learned already here. No, I do think we will have to talk to the innkeeper. Considering that Maria Greythorn says she touched the undead and never got infected, she might be a good source of information on what's going on, especially for our endeavors. And at least we're trying to do some good with the people that we're interacting with. I know that we're not going to be able to directly help everyone that we come across, especially considering now that it seems that even the dead bodies can carry the infection.
If you burn them, I guess we should just avoid burning them. Perhaps burying them is just the better option.
I think we should
Or
go on.
this disease is so rotted that it physically changes you. So even if once you died, the disease is still there. Which means, as we know, it can be attached to animals. That means water supplies are going to literally be in high demand because of fishes, frogs, carcasses ending up in the water, and if the disease just lingers. This isn't good.
It is not. I suppose that it is a very good thing then that Flittish can create water, and thanks to this robe, you have, if you don't mind, drag water off the dragon's back, another source of water.
What of food?
I can
Uh,
create good berry.
And if you are not around, just in case, I'm just saying because, you know.
We have 50
Continue.
rations.
Sylph was speaking. Sylph.
Goodberry is fantastic to have, but is there any other measures just in case?
We can eat the feed.
There's also 50 rations in the cot.
Okay.
We have our 2 chickens, so we have a source of eggs.
And meat.
That's a
I'm
lot
trying to
as
eat my chickens.
What if I told you that my meat dropped protein pouches that came in their own little protective containers?
I'd ask what's wrong with the chickens.
Chickens are a miracle.
Mm. It's not much, but I do have the druidic craft to make some like flowers, blossoms, and seed pods open if we need to resort to eating flowers.
I
or
think we have
whatnot.
more than enough.
Damson
Actually-
was, I think Damson was still speaking. Damson?
Actually, speaking of druid craft, can I just quickly use that to see what the weather's going to be like in the next 24 hours?
It is going to be slightly misty. Like that
Slightly.
tiniest little bit of rain where it just like mists on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you saying, Sophus?
I said, I think we have enough food, especially if we are not gluttonous.
Indeed. What else do I have on me? She's like going through her pouch.
Well, where should we go first, or who should we help first? Should we go and visit this Maria?
I believe so.
Because now that we have water and food at the back of the mine gone, we're going to need masks, I believe, and gloves.
If it's not airborne, or do we need masks?
Yes. Because if there's burning of corpses and people get affected by that, I would rather be more protected than less. Better safe than sorry.
Ada will speak up as whatever persona she is right now. I don't fucking know. I will get started on making some masks for each of you, but it may take me a few days. I trust that all of you can handle this investigation.
Can do.
Good.
Do you need any funds to make the stuff? Or do we have it?
We have it.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Well then, gang, let's get up and go.
Before you leave, Halden comes back in, and he has slung over his shoulder a rope that has 3 simple bottles of wine, very wide base to them, and wrapped up in the rope as well to keep it like cradled. And on the backside is another 3 of them as well, as he walks back in and places them down in front of him before getting back over to his chair, taking out his own personal bottle. It is nothing fancy, but at least it is clean. It is fieldberry red.
Ooh.
Thank you so much.
They will go and take a cork and pour the entire group a glass, you know.
1 bottle feeds the group 1 round.
And raise it and say, 2 Nyrons, better health.
He just tips it upwards and begins drinking.
To Nyron's better health.
So, it is a very faint whisper of a river grass inside of it as you smell, and it has an unmistakable sweetness of wild field berries, a small, dark brew that it is made out of. It's a very simple wine. It's not refined, it's not aged, it's not made to be drank chilled or anything fancy like that. It is meant to be consumed warm or even hot. And as you sip it, it is a bit of a sharp texture to it. Not sharp, dry texture to it, but the flavor is round and very generous, bursting with the sweetness of the berry itself.
This is very delicious. Thank you so much.
It is just field wine. He keeps drinking. By Neron standards, this is simple wine. But you're in French country, y'all.
A French simple is not everywhere else simple.
Yes. You guys are in the place with the best wine in the world.
This wine would sell for 500 gold pieces in Ket.
Yeah.
You go to the random farm villages. I want all your field wine.
We're gonna do that once we leave.
Typically, in places like this as well, they don't sell their wine. That's what they drink in case there's any contaminations in the water. Because processing, brewing, cooks out bacteria and disease and shit like that. So it's healthier to drink alcohol than it is to drink water a lot of the time. But given that you are providing them with pure, clean water, they are trading away their wine to you for that.
Not only the clean water, but the 22 days of feed for the animals.
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the water, they couldn't trade this away. But
Yeah. Alright,
you guys have 5 more bottles. Make sure you keep that. Or jugs, I guess it would be called. It's not really a bottle, it's a jug.
well, let us know if you have any questions about the cot. It is We got that over in, yes, Karashan. Very fine craftsmanship. We plan to go and speak to Mira.
Very well. Make sure you you bring her something. Nobody is admitted into her inn unless they bring with them river fish or, well, wine.
Well, it's a good thing we just got some wine.
I will stay here and work on your belongings. Make sure you are back before dusk. That is when the curfew is in effect, and anybody outside after that is going to be escorted home immediately. And I am not leaving my workshop unlocked for the masses.
Understood.
And then at dawn, we will have breakfast over at my home, so make sure you are there by that time.
Dusk to dawn is curfewed, yes?
Oui.
What time is it roughly now? Like, how close to dusk?
It's about 3 p.m., which means you have a good 3-4 hours left.
Okay. Okay, we got 3-4 hours. Right then. Let us make our way there.
Making your way downtown. Walking.
Through the abandoned village.
All right.
Hey, is that a rat? It's a bubonic plague.
So, you guys find your way over to the Tallow and Thorn Inn, this very simple inn that is empty as of now, since it usually brings in travelers to stay here. The outside does have a sign that says open, and then on the door with parchment nailed into it is another sign that says knock for entry. As you walk up to it, you see the stables on the side have been closed off completely with bales of hay that have completely spoiled after, well, not being sifted through or tended to in so much time. And there's even a typical watering trough that you would have for your horses to drink while you're inside drinking as well. But those troughs seem to be stale and murky right now.
You could really tell how much decay has happened over this period of time. It's kind of eerie.
Thank you.
Who said that? Was that the plague goddess? I'll go ahead and knock on the door.
All right. You give it a few soft rasps, and you hear from the other side. You already delivered your wine and bread today. Thank you.
We're not that group of people that you're referring to. We wish to come in and speak with you.
Are you travelers?
We've traveled.
Holy shit, the shady people just never fucking stop.
Yes,
Do you
we're
have-
travelers.
Thank you. Somebody's not fucking shady. Do you have offerings?
We have wine.
Have you need for clean fresh water?
Instantly, you hear hurrying over to the door and multiple locks becoming unlocked as she opens it. She looks you up and down. Flittish, you are a druid?
I am.
You bring wine and water?
Bastard.
Yes. Wine and water. If you have a barrel or something I can put in, I can give you 10 gallons.
Oh, I have barrels. Come on. And she ushers all of you inside quickly, and the entire establishment has the chairs lifted and placed on top of the tables, except for the 3 booths that don't have anything obstructing them from being used. They're all quarantined and separated across the establishment so that nobody has to be close to one another. Seated down on one of them appears to be a bit of a older gentleman, maybe in his late 60s, whose head is just resting on the table right now as he's nursing what appears to be a very thick amber-like brew. Mira is a sun-browned, thick curly hair woman. She seems to be warm in her greeting, as most innkeepers are, and she seems a bit of a mess right now, given the state of everything, but still put together enough for presentation that you would anticipate she works at a busy establishment. So, let me show you over to my barrels. She will bring you over towards the cellar, where there's multitudes of different classes of wine bottles, many of which look to be missing. Like, the shelves used to be full, but now they're not. And she points out at a couple of barrels that have been cleaned and upside down for some time as she writes them for you.
All right, as soon as she presents me with a suitable clean option, I will fill it with 10 gallons of clean water.
Thank you. All of you would be permitted to stay here for the week.
If we're gonna be here that long, I'll be honest, I'll go around town and do this for as many castings of the spell as I can, and just...
I would not. Not everybody in the town is. There's a man, Holden. You're better off giving it to him, and he will distribute it properly.
We've met with him.
Oh, good.
He actually pointed us in your direction after we gave him some water as well.
Good man, that man. But welcome. Yeah, let me get you some rooms. Our dinner menu is a bit limited compared to what it used to be.
Understandable, which given the circumstance.
We have fish, river fish, and onions too.
Thank you. But actually, looking to get some information from you, if possible.
I'll take the fish.
All right. Will wild rice be suitable for you?
Sure.
All right. I'll get to cooking that soon. Anyone else?
Sure. I'll take a piece of fish.
I'll take some as well.
Fish, fish, fish. Do you want onion soup or fish?
Please.
One of each. Good. But you said you wanted some information. Walk with me over to the kitchen. When she gets into the kitchen, Damson and Sylph, you notice something that reminds you of your past a little bit. She does not have a sink filled with water like many kitchens would have for cleaning their utensils and stuff. Instead, she has a large basin of what appears to be riverbank sand over top of a fire pit. There is a specific method to cleaning dishes in the desert where you can get hot sand and rub that across it, and the heat and the grittiness of the sand will actually clean out all of the particles, and then you just have to wipe it off with a cloth and let it cool quickly, and it's clean. Waterless cleaning.
Oh. I haven't seen that method in quite some time.
I learned it from a traveler who came through here maybe 15 years ago, maybe a little longer.
What was their name?
They referred to themselves as the connoisseur. But they said it with that stupid accent, where clearly they do not speak Netherlands. Kunst hier, you know?
No, that's actually... It is a fantastic method for cleaning dishes when you do not have access to water or in, well, cases where the water is not clean.
Oui, I agree completely.
Sandmouths are great for scales and fur as well.
They are.
Well, I would gladly offer that to you. But yes, you said you were looking for some information. And she goes and starts boiling up a pot to begin to cook some wild rice that she has. It appears like rice is something she has a tremendous abundance of, but right now the sacks of it are wrapped up in chains with a padlock over it to keep them here.
That's fair.
And for the amount she's cooking, she is cooking way more than, well, you four.
I'm guessing you're cooking for the village?
Oui. Now that we
Would you
have
like
some fresh water.
spices? Sorry.
Now that we have some fresh water, it is going to, we'll be able to provide some warm nourishment for them. But what were you saying?
Would you like some spices?
I do not have the funds to purchase such luxuries.
Well, if you give us some of the food, you'll be helping us as well, so it'll be helping all of us.
Well, if you are offering a trade of your spices for this meal and the meal you are receiving, gladly.
They will go into the bags and pull out pouches of spices and hand it over. Here you go.
That is very kind of you. Thank you.
No problem. Everyone deserves a good meal.
So, you are seeking information?
Yes, we're looking on information on the plague, and we heard that you were one of the few that were able to interact with those who were infected and not get infected yourself.
Oh no. You are not a part of the cultists, are you? And she like
No.
begins reaching for a pan. To, like,
No. That we are not.
We are a group of individuals who plan to eradicate this illness. We have information and understanding that can turn the tide for the better.
You are altruists?
Yes.
Yes.
Need a persuasion roll with advantage, considering you guys are being very altruistic.
Persuasion, here we go, baby. $31.
Let's go, Sylph. It's like you're the face of the party.
One of the faces.
Yeah, right.
One is cute and cuddly. The other one is scaly.
Yes. Well, I suppose you wish to know my tale of my 2 times engaging with the plague, huh?
Yes, please.
Indeed.
Very well. Well, the first time it was early on into the spreading of it. We received travelers here from Relmond who had cut across the kingdom itself to find their way over here, trying to evade it. They were claiming these preposterous notions that a plague is claiming this land, that people are dying left and right, and that the capital city was overrun and overflowing with it. Of course, strange and weird people say things all the time. I am an innkeeper. You have no idea how many times I've heard people say the world is ending. Just a few months ago, somebody said they saw a star falling out of the sky, heading over to the east. Preposterous things.
Oh, that's
Look
interesting.
into Sophis.
Yes.
That was them.
No, they are enough. So.
Yes, I am.
But in the morning when I was doing bed checks, the individual was not answering the door, and when I got in there, I talked to them, and they were feverish, and I decided to take care of and tend to them, and a week later, they had all of the symptoms of the plague that was overrunning them, and I wasn't sick. Of course,
Did
they
you take any sort of precautions?
Well, yes, of course. I would wet my hands before I tended to them, you know.
Do you know your parents?
No, I don't.
Do you have like any information at all of whom, name, or are you an orphan?
Orphan.
My sympathies.
Don't. I found my way through this life.
What does
And-
her eyes look like?
Nature check. Go on, Sophis.
She was gonna say like, and when he passed, how did you handle his body?
Well, back then we were not as knowledgeable about all of this as we would hope. And we had the typical caretaker handle the body and remove it. I did not. The caretaker died a week after that. And the caretaker's assistant died a couple of days after that. Luckily, we started wising up that this is a bit more deadly than we were anticipating.
Second encounter?
That one was more recent, maybe a couple of months ago. There was an individual who had come here to stay. They tried convincing us they were perfectly safe and they did not have any visible symptoms, so I had nothing but their word to go off of. When I did the bed check in the morning, however, they left a note on the door explaining how it is the responsibility of those that wish to get into the heavens to cleanse all of us that are impure of thoughts, and that they came here with their own impure thoughts to eradicate us. When I opened the door, they had covered the entire room with their being, and they were dead. Of course, I was covered with their blood. It's not the first time I opened a door in my inn and somebody, bombed me with blood. It happens every 5 to 6 years. Adventurer types, usually.
So you were covered in their blood?
Oui.
It sounds to me like you are immune to the plague.
I would not... Please do not share this information with others.
Will you allow our friend here points to Ada's character, whose name?
I think Kate is still in the barn.
She's working on the masks.
Then I was like, we have a friend who has a study of blood. Would you allow us to have just a small sample of it? It's not from any magical means. It's literally to study. Since you have encountered, you may have healthy blood.
Alchemical in nature, not necromantic?
Yes.
Oh,
alchemical folly.
oui, yes, of course. I am always. They're not the mad scientist, are they?
No, no, no.
All right, good. You're the one that answered. Sylph can't lie.
That's why they kept quiet.
No, that she's actually doing studies on some diseases. She actually helped someone I know with blue rot to cure them of it.
The blue rot?
Yes, they got it after being attacked by some creatures across the near div.
Okay, so long as they are not malicious in nature, I don't see a reason for me to say no.
They keep quiet again.
Well, I do have a question for you as well.
Oh, please, go on.
Have you encountered the disease and survived yet?
Not to our knowledge, no.
Oh. Well, I meant you, specifically.
No, I've not. I don't imagine there's many of my kind in this area of the world.
No. Excuse my ignorance. You are not lizard folk, right?
No.
Okay. I thought scales meant dragon. So.
Well, I am a dragonborn.
Well, the fish is almost done. If all of you wish to go out to the bar, I will bring out your meals.
Thank you. Might I ask why you ask, though?
There's a belief amongst some of us, more remote nowadays, that the dragons are blessed with fortune.
This is true. Some of them are.
Others not so much.
Well, please go be seated. I would like to keep some formalities for my business.
Of course.
They will go and sit down and try to have some etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
The same.
You see the old man at the table has turned over. Instead of his face facing the right, it's now facing the left.
Towards us or away from us?
Away.
Okay.
Now he's all left.
Which one would be better?
I mean, if he's alright and he's good.
Well, it seems we may already have found the solution here in this village.
Go on.
Wasn't Ada talking about needing some sort of blood to make vaccines or something like that?
Yes.
Well, if she's immune to the plague, that solves everything, right?
Not necessarily. There is the research and attempts to see if it works or not work.
Plus, we have no idea if it will. And we're like hush whispering this. We have no idea if it'll work for those who are currently infected or just help prevent those who aren't from getting it.
Well, we can test it. They said there are some people who are still sick in the village already.
True, but we should take this slowly and not haphazardly, lest we go for what was the word she used? Inoculator, whatever it's called. To
my point being is, I think we should stay in this village longer than we had initially planned.
We're gonna be here for a week or two anyway, just for research alone on this. Which means we can do some training and preparing ourselves. Endurance, maybe.
And since this area is secluded enough from the order of the paladins, we wouldn't be bothered much. And it seems the guard in the village is the only one. He seems weak. Maybe I should train him up.
He looked more tired to me.
What did you say?
He looked more tired to me. Rather that he's tired of the whole situation and having to force people into their homes if they're sick or show symptoms. The way that he was clutching that spear looks like the kind of one when you're at your breaking point.
Then some good news may brighten his day.
Maybe. But we cannot just go spreading false hope until we know for sure what we have will help. Lest we get people's hopes up only for them to be dashed and send them even deeper into despair. Because there's nothing worse than when you've already lost hope, someone promises hope and then it is snatched away, leaving you in even further darkness.
I do wonder why she said to not provide everyone with water and only give it to Holden.
Probably to keep us from being in contact with the illness.
Perhaps, but I felt like there was a different meaning.
Oh, I thought the answer would be kind of obvious, that they're going to try and keep Flittish in the basement to keep making water.
Nobody
They can
puts
try.
Flittish in a basement.
That, or they'll see the fact of her abilities and then try to push blame onto her and try to lynch her. Which, that would not end well, and we all know that.
That would be foolish.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that would mean I would have to erase their name from my map. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Valen Ford, Valen was.
I still think it would be funny, though, if they get to that point and then she just turns into an octopus and slips out.
Through a tiny little hole.
Just shloop.
We caught her! Yay! And just... So.
Comes to the bird and just starts spinning in a circle.
So, quick question. This village was situated on a river, right?
On a creek.
On a creek.
A very, very thin river that leads to a larger one. I'm not sure if where you from has creeks or not.
Does there a water mill in the village?
Not that you've seen.
But
If there is
what
a-
are you doing tonight? Sorry, go ahead.
They have some way to get fish.
Yeah. So if they have a
Which-
water mill, then perhaps a better solution for the village overall would be to get that working with the fresh water that village can make.
Which
we
reminds
need
me,
to
when
see-
the
Sorry.
Go on,
Sorry.
Flittish.
I was gonna say, which reminds me, when the food comes out, before we eat it, I want to cast detect poison and disease and see if the food itself is carrying the disease.
All right. Well, and what were you saying, Sylph?
I was going to ask her a question and follow up from that.
Go for it. Ask her.
What are you doing in the nighttime?
Oh, you meant ask Mira.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought
No.
you were asking. Okay.
No.
So-
Flittish.
You're asking Flittish.
Yes.
Go for
Oh, but what am I doing in the nighttime? Probably sleeping. I have to recover the spells if I'm going to keep making water.
Okie dokie.
Is there
understood.
something I should be doing?
I was going to ask for your help to do some overgrowth to help nurture some plants in the area.
Oh, that I can do. Does it have to be at nighttime?
Better than during the day where others could just watch and probably freak out. Seeing that this is an hour endurement to do.
Okay. As long as I have some downtime to recover my spells, then yeah, that's fine.
No, Tori, I can watch you when you sleep.
Actually, speaking of that, I had a plan for tonight as well.
Ooh, what's that?
I was going to use the arcane eye to go and examine some of the houses that have been sealed up with plague victims.
Oh, okay.
And I figured that would be the best way to get descriptions of different stages and signs.
And to know which ones have already passed, we can make plans to bury them.
Oh, my mind just thought of something horrific.
Go on.
So as you were saying in your mind's eye, I was thinking I could send my familiar. What if they get sick? Can they get sick?
When they get dismissed, would it be transmitted over to the Feywild?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be sending a bomb like that over there.
If they
I
weren't
think
mad
they would-
before.
We all like our pranks, but I don't think, me going to the courts and be like, it was a prank, bro, would be a quite good deficit.
I don't think. Well, I don't know if the Fey Court or Wilds has anything to fear from a human-made illness.
Metal.
Oh, you weren't around when a previous familiar got stuck in an iron cage as a squid.
Hmm.
Right, but iron is not made by. It's naturally found.
It is in everyone's blood. Haven't you ever heard you can make that someone forged a sword out of the blood of their enemies?
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they forged an iron sword after killing 100 different people. They got their blood, they boiled it, and they made a sword. I'm pretty sure it was cursed. I believe the story said it started talking to them.
That would be
Which
a despicable thing to do.
Speaking of despicable things, Mira comes out with 6 plates of fish over wild rice, placing them down, 4 in front of you, 1 over to the old man, and 1 for herself, where she sits at the opposite end of the bar from all of you to eat.
We'll cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay. You do not detect any poison or disease on the food before you.
It is safe to eat. Dig in.
What is the range of that spell? And is it only something you point at?
For the duration, you sense the location of poisons, poisonous or venomous creatures, and magical contagions within 30 feet of yourself. You sense the kind of poison, creature, or contagion in each case.
You hit the entire radius. Good.
Is the old man at the other bar
He's not at a bar, he's in a booth.
in the booth?
He is in a booth, and he's within the radius.
Okay, so he's clean too. No?
Nothing in here is poisoned or diseased. You are safe.
Except your mind.
for
Your
now.
mind is filthy.
True. We already knew that about Yandish.
Well, we can confirm no one has any transmitted diseases.
Oh, yeah, it would pick up on that. So, Sylph,
Yeah.
I was joking.
Oh.
You get the rabbit fever.
No, worse. We call it Dragon's Bane. Anyways. You begin...
That would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go on.
should I? Well, then perhaps if you can detect in diseased or plague like that, Flittish, then you could also do it at each of the houses, right?
Within reason, yeah. I mean, that takes away from that takes away from 10 gallons of water that I can create.
Yeah, I know it's more time consuming, but that way we don't
But
have to
yes.
risk the familiar of Sylph.
It doesn't, however, give us any details about what they look like, which is I think is what is being proposed, that we find out the different stages, what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. That's just what I plan on doing tonight. Using, like I said, the arcane eye to go into various different areas to take a look.
Mhm.
Because I'll say this, not even the dumbest of rogues or ne'er-do-wells, I think, would try anything in this type of environment.
Well, I mean, you guys do all that magic stuff, and I guess I'll just take over Mira when the time is right to see Ada.
So, the food is very decent. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. The seasoning added a good amount of flavor to the rice. And, of course, the chicken itself, sorry, the fish itself
My
tastes...
chickens!
Yes. By the way, I found these in your bags. I just...
Just cooked them up.
But yes, it would appear that the fish is actually made with a very, very, very careful hand. I would like a... What would this be? Insight check from all four of you. Ooh, Damson. Flittish. Sophis. Sylph, the fish tastes like fish. It's fish and rice. It's kind of hard to fuck up the meal, right?
Actually, it's very easy to fuck a fish.
And to the other three, this fish is cooked perfectly. Fish is very hard to cook well. You can make it well done very easily. But it dries it out, it flakes it out, it curls the skin or the scales if you are keeping the scales. And considering these are river fish, you are keeping the scales. They're very thin. It is very easy to overcook it just to make sure that it is cooked all the way through. But she cooked the fish perfectly to have flavor as well as being well done. Expert level of cooking for fish.
I have to say, her cooking skills are immaculate.
This is very tasty. And this is coming from someone who usually eats her meat raw.
Chicken.
I don't have a very refined palate.
she seems to wolf down her meal very quickly, and heads back into the kitchen. Comes back out a moment later with these 2 large crates that are filled with small bowls with placements over top of them, plates. Are all of you heading back to Halden's, or are you staying here for the evening?
To Halden's.
Well, are you not staying here? I gave you rooms. Hey.
I'll stay here with you.
I'll stay.
Thank you. Well, whichever it is, when I leave, I do have to lock up, but I'm about to do my rounds of, she gestures with the 2 large crates of food she has, to give to the people.
I can go with you, and if you wouldn't mind, perhaps we could stop by the friend we mentioned earlier.
I'll make you a deal. You carry the crates, and we have a deal.
Okay.
Perfect. And she'll go over to the door, and everyone else is staying here?
Yeah.
Okay. When you walk out, Sophis, she will look at the other 3, and judgment call. Yeah. Flittish. She looks over at you. Would you mind triple locking the door?
Of course.
Thank you. And just do not open it for anybody except me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And she goes ahead, and after you lock the door, Sophis,
Yep.
she begins walking around the village and points at each of the homes that she's going to be stopping off at. And you see each of the windowsills are very elongated. The windowsills are roughly about a foot deep each. And she goes over and begins taking out some of the bowls, the wooden constructions, and places it down on the windowsill and knocks on the window where you see the shutters open up momentarily, or the curtains are pulled, as they give you a distrusting look, but when they see her, you see a very kind gesturing of thank yous and nods, all of which they're speaking in their native tongue, of course.
And how many of these people look sick?
The places she is going to, none of them have looked sick thus far, but you can roll me a medicine check to see if you can identify anybody as potentially sickly. 10. There are people who look sweaty, but that's a very normal thing to look for hard-working folk, right? People who work for a living
hard
sweat.
nowadays. They're just staying in the house.
Well, I mean, they're still working. They're cleaning up their places to keep clean. They're tending to their own small husbandries, like their animals, their small farms. Like, they're still working. They are not nobles. They work no matter what.
So we're not going to any like X-marked houses then, I guess, right?
No. And she will even explain to you. So, thanks to the water that you all gave me, I was able to cook up a large portion of our wild rice, and I will be able to make sure we feed the families. I know how many people live in each of these houses. Of course, I am not risking going near any of the sickly, in case my blessings have ended. But Halden usually goes to them and leaves things for them.
I mean, you do have a lot of rice. Did you recently have a trader come into town, or?
Something like that. There was an individual who, he was masquerading as a trader while he was, serving one of these cultist groups. The ones that believe that, they need to spread the disease.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, once we discovered what his plan was to gain all of our trust and then invite sickly from a different village inside, she looks really embarrassed and like a little red, and You can see like there's some ache behind her eyes as she's revealing this. A few of the men in our village took care of him.
And how was this plot discovered?
He had a notebook that he was at his room and read it. He was acting very suspicious, you know, writing in his notebook and protecting it. Anytime I would inquire as to if he was a writer or not, he would hide it and tell me to stop asking questions. Once I found out that he was actually writing a novel explaining why he did what he did, and as a servant of his belief of a god, some of the men of the village took it upon themselves to, remove him. Luckily, his wares were all clean and good, so they gave me the rice, and everything else he had was utilized for the villagers.
Do you still have this notebook?
Oui.
Would you mind if I gave it to my friend that we're going to see to read? I think she would love to know more about this cult.
Your friend is not an authority, is it? Are they?
No. They're just a medicine person. They just want to help.
So long as I would not be persecuted for anything?
Well, I mean, she's like, I don't have anything official designating me as any sort of law in this land, so you have nothing to fear from me.
Very well. She stops off at this one windowsill and places down 3 bowls at it, and before she even knocks, there's somebody peering through, and you see a young not goblin, a young halfling boy. A young halfling boy just like beaming and waving at her enthusiastically. And she like places a hand on your shoulder to help you move away from the windowsill as the boy opens it up. And he just begins cheerfully speaking to her in their native tongue. And they seem to have a very long dialogue as the boy takes the 3 meals inside, and you see sitting down at one of the tables is a fairly tired, old man. He has to be in his late 60s.
He's a young man.
Well,
No, he's fucking ancient. He's ancient.
Human. He's ancient.
He's seen 5 generations.
And after the door closes, Mira will continue the conversation. It's, yes, so long as you do not seek any retributions for what we did.
I see no reason why to. If this guy was clearly, as you said, a cultist serving some god trying to spread the plague, I think you did what you needed to do.
I still do not like the idea of killing people, but to kill one to save others, I think it's just what you have to do.
Well, it's good to never get used to killing, but there always has to be proper justification.
You say
Is
this
there
with
anything...
some expertise?
Well, yes, I hold to a code of my own. It's what makes me a knight.
Oh. A knight.
Yes.
Which kingdom do you serve?
I don't serve any kingdom. I am a knight of my own.
Well, that is weird. Okay. To each their own. I am not one to judge.
You wouldn't happen to still have his body, right?
No. We do not. We, One of the farmers took care of it.
The farm animals.
She doesn't answer, which speaks volumes.
Did this man have any distinguishing mark or characteristics that could mark him as member of the cult?
Not that I was, not that I was privy to, but, I did not, he seemed to just be a villager, you know, like, from up north.
And what village was he plotting to secretly bring the sick from?
He had spoken that he was from Halgud, but, from the way that he talked about his people, they lived a more remote life than Halgud. Halgud is a very highly populated place. It is at a fork road. Or a crossroad. Four is cross, yeah.
Is that where the rumor of the paladins are? That they're meeting up?
Oui.
Interesting. Well, this is all beyond me. I have a much smarter friends to deal with this, but this would be good information. Let's go on our way.
Be happy to speak it again. And it does take you like an hour and a half to get through the entire village and to empty the 2 crates of all the bowls. And then in the morning, I will pick up the bowls again and prepare to clean them and do it again.
All right. If you don't mind, let's make our way quickly over to where my friend is, and then we can head back.
Yes, of course. So, since Ada is not here, Ada can take a sample from her, and start to conduct her experiments with it. But that'll be for when Ilvorn is here next week.
And I also plan to give Ada the notebook that she was talking about.
Yes. You would have to pick that up from the inn and then head back, but that's not an issue.
Okay.
We get first look.
So, other 3, while you are left here unsupervised, except for the middle-aged old man sleeping at the table, he did wake up enough to eat the food and then go back to sleep.
I do have to say, so far, the 2 people that we met here, both of them have been quite lovely. Very nice.
That means the horror is soon to come.
Agreed.
I'd say that's such a jaded worldview, but after everything we've experienced so far, it's kind of on par.
And now the door gets kicked in.
To be fair, I was kind of expecting that.
You know, it might be a little morbid, but should we start a betting pool on which one of us might get some kind of next disease next? I don't know.
I'm so horrified by that. I don't know how to answer.
Well,
I'd rather we make every effort to avoid catching any diseases.
oh, I 100% agree. But you know the terminology of no matter what you do, that something will. Oh no! What is it? If something goes wrong, it will go wrong at the worst possible moment. So I figure if we could start a small one, and if we all make it out of here without any disease, then we all use it to buy a fantastic meal.
Sure.
Well, I have 5 gold, thinking that it's going to be. I actually didn't think this far ahead. It was just one of those random thoughts I had that I'm like, might as well say it aloud and then just be like, get it out of my mind, you know? I'm sure you've both have had those.
Indeed.
Can I just look around the tavern to see if there's like anything that's like interesting or out of place, like at all?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
19.
The man at the table who's sleeping, his boots are way too nice and unworked. They're not polished, but they look like boots that somebody who never worked outside or on their feet would wear. And they are very high quality, with a buckle made out of silver. That's the only thing that stands out to you.
Huh. I just noticed, you know the other compatriot within the tavern?
I look over at him. Yeah.
Have you seen his boots? Those aren't like working boots. Those are... They look like higher end. Maybe they are of some importance in the village.
You think he's not who he pretends to be?
I mean, he hasn't pretended to be anything other than someone sleeping in the tavern.
That's fair.
He has pretended to be asleep this whole time.
I mean, he could very well be. I mean, is he actually sleeping? Maybe he's eavesdropping.
I mean, technically anyone is eavesdropping when they try to sleep for that first period before your mind goes into the dreaming realm.
Right, well, until he does something, then we let sleeping men lie.
Agreed.
There's no crime in having boots with silver buckles.
There should be.
No, only Electrum.
Fair. It's the bad man.
With the Electrum buckles.
We found the BBEG, guys. So, on that cheery note, I think this is a good place for us to go ahead and end the session, though. When we come back next week, we can go through the journal. We can go through how her blood differs from others, and things such as that. So, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. And everybody, if you're interested, I am streaming a tournament tonight in less than 2 hours. See ya.
Woo.